Hello, everybody. We are live again Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Every Thursday, we are having our Abundant Soul Leadership live with Spring. And today, I just changed my laptop. I will see if the quality is good or not. And previously, I've been using my Dell. Actually, that's my old Dell has been accompanying me for 10 years. Can you imagine that? One laptop accompanied me for 10 years. Basically started from my coaching business till yesterday, and it finally get some big problem and almost like crashed. I could not access it, and I sent it to engineer. So today I'm using a template one. Actually, this one, the color is my favorite. It's white color. My previous that one is a green, bright, shiny green one. So both of them, I love it. And this one, I feel like from the image I can see myself, feel like maybe the camera definition is not as high as my the out connected web camera. So this one I feel like I'm a little bit like in oil painting, but maybe it's good. It's also like art. Oh, by the way, today I have a beautiful flower to accompany me, and the name, what's this kind of flower? It's a cyclamen. And it's springtime already, right? This is a sign of spring, and my friend Teresa sent this to me last weekend, so I really love it. So if in the future, if you may visit Forest Hills in New York, if you come to my home, welcome. I hope you can bring me some fresh flower. So I'm trying to be a good you know, a farmer, or maybe like nurturing to take care good of flowers. Hi, how are you, Charmaine? Welcome to join me. By the way, I'm always curious, where are you coming from? Can you comment under my video, where are you located? Just curious. I'm based in New York, so I'm in the Eastern Time, New York City, Forest Hill, Queensboro. And today, why I'm sharing this topic, what are your top fears and your genius? Because this, if you've been following me, you will know that since this week, Monday, I've been joining the 30 days challenge. It's called One Funnel Away. It's hosted by ClickFunnels, by Russell Brunson and Julie and Steven Larson. So the 3 top coaches are helping us to guide us through this 30 days challenge, One Funnel Away. I've been using ClickFunnels for quite a few years. So this challenge is right at the right time. I want, get all my different funnels and integrated, and also develop my new funnel. So very excited. And this week we're in the pre-training. So a lot of great inspirations I want to share with you is that's why today I want to say that before we are doing any kind of like a system building or marketing building or like funnel building, the most important thing is really like what is your mindset. It's your inner games. That's why they've been using the whole week to do all this kind of a free training, pre-training, and focus on different aspects of your people's mindset. And the first day we did about the fears, your false beliefs. And that's why today I want to share with you and also challenge you. Even though like I've been coaching for 10 years, I thought I knew my top challenges or my fears, right? But when you really get this challenge to think through it, to further reflect it, it will help you to get a new insight about yourself. So here, even though you may know, or some people may think, oh, I'm afraid of public speaking, or I'm afraid of let's say what else, fears. People are feared of I think most people fear of being in, presenting in the public to speak, right? And many people, so that's why some people may choose to write a blog, do marketing, or most people, right? Almost everyone could have some inner challenge for the sales, for the selling. Actually, yesterday I shoot a live video about let's say yesterday's topic is about the mastering the psychology of persuasion, right? I shared a lot of inspirations there, and from my fresh learning from Myron Golden. So make sure you check that one video. So that's almost like if it's not a top 1 or maybe a top 2, right? The challenge, the false believing, and also fear for most people. If they have to do their business. No matter how passionate you are about, eventually you will meet these big challenges, how to do your marketing, how to do your sales. So most people do not want to sell things. So yesterday's topic, mastering the psychology of persuasion, that's a perfect topic to help you how to build up new beliefs and perspectives about selling and persuasion. Okay, so those fears, and to me, after I first reflected, actually are not my top fears anymore. Like maybe I used to be afraid of public speaking, right? And I took the challenges and did the Facebook Live like this, and I've been doing this over 1 year. So every time, if you keep practicing, keep challenging yourself, step by step, you will get better something, right? So now I feel much. I'm not saying that I'm mastering or perfect in Facebook Live, but I feel much more, how to say, comfortable and excited and more confident about me speaking in front of a camera. And also last month in February, I also challenged myself to went to NASDAQ, invited by my mentor, Clean Author, and went to NASDAQ with a bunch of great great entrepreneurs and business owners, and also speakers. With I presented in the NASDAQ and shared my personally most challenging life story and my resurrection story. So that's another step of challenging myself. So every time when I feel some have some how to say inner insecurity or not sure about myself, and that's where I get more desire to actually challenge myself and to overcome that. So after I reflected, public speaking is no more my biggest fear. I used, by the way, it's funny story. When I was a little kid, I used to, when I was, I grew up in a small town. When I was a little kid, we did not have any kind of like public transportation. Everybody is just I was born in Sichuan province, southwest of China. So it's like with quite some like mountains, hills. So most people just walking. Our next are all transportation. And I did not even see any bicycle. During that time, I did not see bicycles in the early 80s. Did not see bicycles. There's no any kind of like a cars or even no bus. So basically everybody's walking in a small town. That's the only transportation I know until I went to Tianjin, big city, and to my university, and I started to learn how to ride my bicycle. That's my first time. And then of course in the big cities, right, I saw like buses and cars. But when I was a kid, my biggest fear, my number one fear, can you imagine, was really taking a bus, the long range bus, go to the bigger like capital city of my province. And I got so car sick and I would vomit and suffering like 6 or 7 hours of trip. And now the road, the cars, everything developed, right? It only needs maybe 3 hours from my hometown to the big city. But during that time, everything's like much slower, and so it took 6 or 7 hours. That's like a nightmare for me. So long. I was like, why God? I could not like it. During that time, I did not believe in God yet. So that's like oh my God, that's like a last century to me. I could not imagine. I'm not so old yet, but it's just like another century, another totally different lifestyle. It's very like a sub-rural area, and my number one challenge is take a bus to the big city. It's such a like a painful and sick journey, even though I was very super excited to look forward going to the big city to visit or to seeing what's going on outside, right? But I was really afraid of taking a bus, a long tour bus. And my second, can you imagine, my second biggest fear was my tooth pain. Okay, when we were little kids in China, we did not have really a lot of kind of a good like a science or like a common sense. Now people think it's common sense, but during that time, not. So I remember I ate a lot of candies. I get a cavity and I get a tooth pain, and I was so suffering, and I was so afraid to visiting the dentist, because every time it's very painful, and during that time dental technology is not as advanced as here in the US, right? Here you normally do not feel really pain, any pain process. The dentist will take great care of you. But back then in China, everything is like the dentist working on your teeth is so painful. So that's my top two, taking bus to a big city and visiting a dentist, my top two fears. Can you imagine that when I was a little kid? So now, thank God, all those pains, passed. So those ones are not my fears anymore. So now, as I have been, started how to say, in the big cities, worked in the big cities, worked in international companies and even Fortune 100 companies, and been doing my coaching 10 years and been living in New York over 15 years now. So my life is totally like a new life. And what's my new fear? I reflected my top two fears. Actually, it's like a dilemma. I just shared actually the other day on my Facebook page, right? What's my top two like new fears? So public speaking is no more my fear, and selling is not my fear anymore. So if you listen to my yesterday's topic, you will see that I'm getting more and more, positive mindset and a great new perspective selling. I even extended my mentor's teaching to have a new view and a new inspiration on selling and persuasion. So I'm getting more freedom on that. So I'm not afraid of providing any offers anymore, because that's totally out of like values and how to help other people to really fulfill what they want, right? So it's totally out of like love, service, and also fulfillment for me and for other people, right? It's a totally mutual empowerment process like I shared yesterday. So now what's my fear? My top two fears. That's my dilemma as well. So the number one, are you curious to learn what's my top one? The top one fear of me, it's really, how many of you are really looking forward to have success? I guess majority of us, right? If you started your business, especially you are driven by your passion or visionary entrepreneurs, you want to change so many people's lives. Yeah, I'm empowering our visionary entrepreneurs and thought leaders. So every day, I'm also teaching people how to present in the market, how to increase your visibility, how to stand out, right? Supposedly, I should also love success, right? But when I reflect deeply, I just found that my number one fear actually is to be successful. so funny. I did not know that before, but when I really dig inside of myself and try to find out what's really making me fear, I normally do not have many fears, right? So I seldom feel like I have fears. So maybe it's more like false believing instead of fear. So now I do not think I really have like fears in my life. It's really more like my false believing. It's about I'm concerned about, so I have this false believing. I thought that if I'm successful, then like more success means more sacrifice. I just feel like if I want to be more successful, I need how to say, put more time in my work and leave my kids and my family and like a nice quality time with them, and more like a personal sacrifice, maybe my body, my time, my freedom, everything, right? So, and more responsibility, commitment to other people, to serve other people. So success in my imagination is like big success, right? In my imagination, even though I have a dream to someday stay on stage to speak, share the stage with Tony Robbins. That's my top mentor and also my role model. Even though I have that vision and dream, but at the same time, I have this dilemma, kind of a false believing that's dragging me back. It's like, oh, if you become more successful, or one day you become that kind of success level, you have no personal time anymore. You do not have your freedom anymore. You will be just like your life belongs to the mass, belongs to the public who you are serving, and you could not stop, because you see those role models, right? They every day you see them present there, every day they're sharing great message, every day they're busy and have their high performance. So that kind of like a success means high performance, peak performance, and also means like you have no freedom, no time. That makes me like a little bit afraid. So that's a burden in my heart. I do not want to be super successful. And I guess that's like unconsciously, because of that false belief, unconsciously is dragging me back. So I do not want to put my 110% of my efforts and energy into what I'm doing. So like another dilemma, a kind of a false believing is like a challenge me is you're afraid of like one day you will fail, right? Even though you are on the path of pursuing your passion, someday, oh, I may fail. I have how to say, quite some small failures during the journey. For example, oh, maybe this offer is not selling well, or maybe this funnel is not working well, or maybe this conversation did not really get the results I want, something like that, right? Or maybe this speaking did not really get so many followers. And all this kind of like small failures sometimes will challenge you. Oh, okay, like it's like, what about at the end I will fail? Even though I don't know what does that mean, or at the end I will fail. I just feel like, oh, at the end, if I did not reach what I truly desire, that means I did not fulfill myself. That's like a failure to myself, right? So that's my fear and false believing as well. So these two, afraid of being too successful to lose my to have too much sacrifice and lose my freedom. Another side is afraid of I will fail without big success and could not fulfill what I'm here to fulfill, right? So these two is like they're fighting together. It's like one way you do not want to be too successful, another way you do not want to be not successful, right? I don't know how many of you may have this kind of a how to say, dilemma, fears or false beliefs. So this great challenge that now I'm going through with a one funnel away, even though it will be focusing on funnel, focusing on the system, right? But at the beginning, it's really focused on our mindset to see what's struggling in our mind, how could we really crush our fears and also our false believing, and to replace that with the new beliefs. So I did do that homework. I put on the paper, I wrote down, I actually typed on my computer. So for my first fear, that the false believing too big success means more sacrifice. I will not have my freedom and like joy of my life. Actually, that's really my false believing. Actually, I see so many mentor that. So here is how I help myself crush my false believing. Okay, here is like I wrote down that I will remind myself that so many successful those masters and mentors, like from outside you see them, oh, maybe they are too like how to say, too busy, they are at their peak performance, or maybe like we imagine when we were not in that position, we imagine and have that false believing that oh, they may be super busy, they do not have the time, they do not have the freedom and enjoy life. But on the contrast, if you observe them further, you will find that they have more mastery and control of their lives. They definitely have better lifestyles and especially habits than me currently have, right? So them doing more like a self-disciplined like habits and good habits and do the exercises. I definitely need more exercises, have better like sleep time and get up early and have more productive time than me currently have. I may be better than my few years ago, but there's still like a big space for me to adjust my habits, my lifestyle, my productivity. And actually I see them really like in that mastery and a better control of their life. So now I may sometimes feel like I'm not fully in control of my life because I'm not adjusting the best habits, like every day continuously keep on it. So of course I think compared with majority, quite some other entrepreneurs, I'm already very self-disciplined, very productive already, but I'm now putting those my role models, those masters as my comparison, and I know I still have big different like space to catch up. And so I will remind myself that at their level, when you get to more success, actually, they've already built up better habits in their life and their inner work, and they are more productive. They have more control of their life, and they have a more, how to say, the higher level of fulfillment, happiness, and also wealth. And they can do more things for other people. And at the same time, they can enjoy more quality time, like a better quality time when they are feel fulfilling, right? You have the better quality of time with your family, with people you love. So I help myself to remind this is truth, actually. So my previous imagination is really like a false believing. I thought maybe other people will be like, how to say, lose their freedom. Actually, when you really observe them and follow them, you will see that they actually fulfilled at a higher level, have bigger joy than me now currently have, and have a better life quality than me, and more wealth, and I enable them to do things and enjoy more of the quality life, and also help more people. So that level of fulfillment and happiness is totally different than my current level. So this is a great thing to remind myself and also help me to crush my fear. So I just want to share with you this example, so maybe you can learn something to help you to overcome your fear. And at the same time, I want to encourage you to be fully, because I'm here fully vulnerable, I want to be transparent with you. I also want to encourage you to to open yourself, be transparent, show your vulnerability, and don't quite some people, maybe they fear of showing the vulnerability, and for quite some people that's maybe their top fear. So actually, when you can share transparently and show your vulnerability, it's a part of like freedom for you. You will feel more relieved, and you can share openly, can be the true of yourself. And that's a beginning of crushing your fears and also the false beliefs. Okay. And my next one, dilemma, fear, and false belief, right? It's about I'm afraid of I'm not successful, one day I will fail. Many people have the fear of failure, right? Especially they started something, they think it's great, but if it's not going very well, they will worry about people's judgment, about their own, like how to say, their own image in other people's eyes, also about themselves. They do not feel like, oh, I'm not fulfilled, I failed on this thing. Those people, like, actually we have a similar challenge, right? But then now, how to crush it? Here is what I want to remind myself. So here you can share, you can learn from this, maybe get some help as well. So I remind myself to compare myself with myself, but it's with myself 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I just started coaching. My English was so poor and I was so afraid. The only thing I had is just my passion. Through the 10 years, I still have my passion. It's wonderful because now I know this is my core, this is my purpose, this is my true passion. So I know for the rest of my life, I will have this passion. But what more I've already built up. I created my system. I created my my programs, my offers. I built up my client base. I built up my community, and I also presented in the market more confidently. Can do this live. I also do presented in the NASDAQ, do on the big stage, and to do public speaking. And my dream evolved to become bigger. So if you compare yourself with yourself to see all those small steps you've already walked through, and the small progresses like stepping stones you've already built up, you should feel happy about that, and recognize those step stones are your success already. If you have not given up through any challenges, difficulties, pains, strugglings, if you sustained, that's your success. Any progress, any growth you've already made, achieved, compared with yesterday, that means you are success. Don't think like success is like a huge, you need to become like a multiple billionaire or millionaire, or success you need to have thousands of customers. Don't just think about those big success. Recognize, and we all need this kind of celebration kind of a mindset. Realize that every small steps compared with yesterday. If you are making progress, if you are a better person than yesterday, if you are more confident, for example, more confident, more resilient, more skillful, more have a bigger vision and build up something better than yesterday, and own something like you both from your skills, from your vision, from your strategies, everything you already learned and grown. That is your success already. So think about success is not like a destination. Also, like our personal growth, it's not a destination, it's a journey. Look at the way as a journey. And our abundance thinking is also, abundance thinking is more about not we are achieving abundance at the end of this journey. That's not our destination. It's more about our everyday feeling, thinking, growing, learning, and like a giving, creating. All this kind of thing through this journey is our success. So that helped me to, it's great to remind me that like what I've already achieved compared with myself. I do not compare with other people. Many people have that panic if they compare with other people in the market. Oh, it's so competitive, so challenging, and other people already made so many success. I have not. So quite many people, especially like our entrepreneurs, right, get that panic. It's like compare yourself with other people. Then you have a self-judgment, self-sabotaging, and like all those inner games. That's like even making things more challenging, right? I know the market is not easy, but the biggest enemy, we all know that, right? The biggest enemy is really yourself. Like when you having all those kind of noises inside of between your ears, right? Those things is your biggest challenge. So that's my way of crushing my second top fear about worrying about I will not be successful. So it's a great reminder for myself that I've already made many great stepstones and successes. So I'm gonna take this as a journey every day, as long as I am still learning and growing and keep creating and giving and providing values. I am on the great, positive, successful journey already. So I hope this is helpful for you. And now the next step is like after you clarified what are your top fears and to crush them, replacing them with the new beliefs and new perspectives. And what's the next step? The next step is really understand what's your genius. By the way, in my today's photo, right, I love this saying from, let's say, Robert. Let me see this. When I shared this live event, the photo, I shared the quote from Robert Kiyosaki. He said that if fear is too strong, the genius is suppressed. That is fantastic saying, right? If fear is too strong, the genius is suppressed. What it means genius? Here I understand that the genius is including your purpose, your passion, your gifts, your vision, your dream, everything that's together. That's your genius, and it's unique. The best part is like it's unique to you, and that's also your unique advantage over other people, because nobody else has the same genius as yours. So you do not need to really worry about in the market so many excellent people, experts, leaders competing with each other. No, that's in your imagination. People are not truly really like competing with each other. When you have the abundance thinking, the abundance, what does abundance mean? Another day I share, right? It's abundance means you have the feeling and the thinking. Well, there's always like a more than enough resources for you, and blessed to, and you are blessed, and you have more than enough resources. You have more than enough for our entrepreneurs and business owners, right? You have more than enough market share. You have more than enough client base who are really prepared for you. Because like or some other people may have a great client base as well, but that's for them, and it's also abundant, more enough. So the market is more enough, and we have billions of people, right? And but how many coaches we have? And basically everyone needs a coach. So and everyone needs other people's advice, other people's experience, other people's like wisdom. So don't worry about that. So many people are already like so great, advanced, maybe than you feel like that way, right? Think about your unique genius. You have already a great tribe prepared for you already. So God is very fair, and he make this universe and everything abundant. So there's always enough, more than enough for you. But you need feel and think that way, and to attract really your right tribe to you. So that's why very important to understand your genius. Your genius is about what is your core? What is your specific life purpose here? What's the meaning for the thing you want to do? And what's your best thing to help other people? So here we use the term as a niche. Some people may not like the niche, but it doesn't matter whatever you call. Some people may call it your genius zone. Some people may call it like a or your talent zone, or some people may call it your field. It's just like basically it's like who you are called here to serve, and what you are called to serve, and what kind of results and benefits you are called here to help other people fulfill. So like Ziglar said, if you really want to, you can get all you want in your life if you help enough other people to get what they want, right? So it's like really great things, like think about if you can help good enough people, the ideal people who you love to serve, get what they truly want, you will get what you want in your life, whatever you want, right? So it's very important to understand your genius, like your purpose here, your passion and your gifts, and who are your ideal audience, your best clients, the one you love to help, and who are really in need of the genius you have, your gifts, your talents, the things you learned, your wisdom, your how to say, your strategies and your skills, your strength. So be clear about this, and then that can suppress any fear you have. It's really, I found this is so true, because through my 10 years of coaching, no matter what kind of like challenges and difficulties I met during the middle, because my genius, right, my core, my purpose, my passion, my gifts are so strong, and it's really suppressed any fears I have, all the kind of difficulties. I do not feel like it's a big problem for me anymore, because whenever I meet a problem, because I have this core, this strong core, and these gifts to really to give, nothing can stop me. You will become unstoppable with your genius clarity. So I would call it like I help people to clarify their purpose, their passion, their gift, and also their niche. Understand who they are called to help, who what problems, their top challenges are really your genius zone to help them to solve. Maybe some people feel like, oh, this is so difficult, but for you, maybe sometimes you do not even know that it's like you already take granted, like oh, I know better on this part, or maybe everybody also know. No, actually, when you are good at something, not necessarily everyone is good at that. So that's like you are purposely created, and all your life journey, what the things you learned, the unique genius you own, it's not owned by other people. So you certainly, there are some other people desperately need your genius to help them. For example, I'm here to help visionary entrepreneurs to stand out as thought leaders. I know there are those coaches, authors, speakers, and consultants. Those visionary entrepreneurs are really there, desperately need my help, and maybe they just don't know yet. And that's why you need to know your genius and use the way to present it, and to make yourself known, make yourself seen by those people, so they can easily find you. So that's where I can help you to really clarify your purposeful and profitable niche. I call that, I have an offer today I want to share with you. After my coaching, I will share the link under my video. It's called Purposeful and Profitable Niche Secrets. I have both quick start online program and also the coaching program. So you could start with the basic level, and you could also choose to upgrade to the coaching. So have the live coaching with me, and also the community support to you to further clarify about your top fears, about your genius, about your niche, about the right business you should get in to help those people who are desperately waiting for your genius. So today's topic, I hope you've, if you join later or maybe watching the replay, I'd encourage you to listen to the whole replay and to get the idea how to crush your top fears, to crush your top false beliefs and build up new beliefs, new perspectives that could help you to stand strong in whatever the passion you are pursuing. And the next step is really clarify your genius and to clarify your purposeful and profitable niche so that you could firmly and confidently stand in your niche and to show your genius to serve those people who are waiting for you. All right, thank you so much. And please feel free to comment under my video to say what is your takeaway and what maybe questions you have. I will be so happy to support you to really crush your top fears and also stand in your genius to serve the people who are blessed to be served by you. Okay, thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye. See you next Thursday on our visionary, on our abundant soul leadership lifetime. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.